Hello everyone, my name is Hemant. Let's go into the Python tutorials and let's see what are the basics of Python. First of all, starting from the basics of Python. First, when you compare any language with Python, Python is a very easiest language. For example, let's say from starting itself, for example, the first program you will write whenever you learn a new program is hello world. So when you compare C and this thing in Python, if you want to print hello world, you can take print. This print will give you the output to the screen. So for example, print hello world. When you run this one, actually see here you got an output called hello world. So you don't need to write like header files, you don't need to write anything. You can write just print and you can actually print. That is the easiest thing that you can do with Python. When coming to adding two numbers in any other language, you need to write like header files and actually should initialize variables and actually should write about c is equal to a plus b. But whenever you want to add any two numbers in Python, let's say for example you add 2 plus 2, you got output as 4. For example, again I want to add 2 plus 3, output is 5. So you can directly add your numbers or you can directly subtract your numbers. For example, 5 minus 2 is 3. So directly you can add numbers and you can subtract numbers. Today we'll see what are the basic operators in Python and how we can use that operators. So first of all, coming to operators, first we'll see exponent in Python. Whenever you want to perform an exponent in Python, let's say for example, variable c is equal to, you want to perform what is, you want to know what is 2 square. So 2 into, here double star indicates the exponent. So when you want to give the value, when you want to see the value of c, you see you got a value called 4. So in Python, the exponent is indicated like this. Double star indicates that it is a exponent operator in the Python, and you want to find the modulus operator. Example, they say, for example, you take some example like 22 modulus 8. Now I got output as 6. So this is a modulus operator, and actually, whenever you want to perform, like for example, you do like 5 divided by 2. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. For example, you don't want the float value to be present here. So if you don't want the float value to be present here, you want only the integer value called 2. Don't want the decimal value. You can write like this. You can use double forward slash divided by 2. You see, actually you got now 2. Now actually when you want to perform any operations like for precedence exists, for example, let's say 2 plus 3 into 6, you got output as 20. Here first the multiplication is performed, 3 6 are 18 plus 2 is equal to 20. And actually whenever you want to don't want because multiplication is having a higher precedence, so that first the multiplication will execute and then after that addition will execute. So if you don't want any like precedence and all, you can mention that in parenthesis. For example, say 2 plus 3 into 6. Now you got output here as 30 because 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. 5 into 6 is 30. Here parenthesis will be having the highest precedence. And whenever you're doing whenever you're using any operator, you're using here in between the two operands. So for example, let's say if you're not using between any two operands, the output will get an error. For example, let's say 5 plus 1 second. For 5 plus should give an error. I don't know why it's not coming. For example, let's say c is equal to example c is equal to 5 plus print c. Now here actually you can see it is showing that here 5 plus is an invalid syntax. That means that you can't give only one operator in between this thing. So it can't understand, the Python can't understand. And if you give like this, and coming to the normal data types, and this is like actually you have integer data type. Like for example, let's say example like c is equal to 2, and if you want to know what is the type of it, you can use a function called type of the variable name c. and you get int. For example, you declare like a string, like some string here, and when you see the type of it, you'll get it is a string. These are the some common types of data types here. And now let's go for, if you're studying a string, let's go for a proper string. For example, you can actually, when you see C++ and C language or any other language, for concatenating two strings, it will take like, you need to write so much of big program and all. But in Python, it's not like that. For example, let's say you want hello is one thing and plus world. You got an output called as hello world. Whenever you use an operator plus in between two integers, it will add two numbers. And whenever you use an operator plus in between two strings, then it will print hello world. Anything which is encoded inside a double quote or a single quote is called string. So anything which is encoded like inside this string is called as a string. So anything which you are writing normally like numbers or something like this, that indicates that it is a type of integer. Whenever you are typing it in the form of like float, like 3.2, 3.1, that indicates that that data type is float. Now let's say storing the, now let's come to the variables and let's speak about the variables. First of all, let's speaking about the variables. The variables are very important for any programming language. Variables will store your data temporarily, but it will not store your data permanently. But with the help of variables, you can make sure that you can write your code and you can run your code and actually you can execute. You can get the output what you want, because variable plays a very important role. Now let's say for example, you clear for example like a is equal to 20. Now you want to know the address where the 20 is stored in the memory location. You can print like this ID of 20. Now it printed the ID of 20 here, like it is a 2069 something. For example, you want to change the value of a. For example, let's say directly you can change a is equal to 10. Now print ID of a. Actually, you can see here at starting that value is 20, and now when you printed, for example, let's say now a, it is printing 10. At starting, the value address of the a is like 2069, and after assigning 10, the address has changed. Means at each and every particular location, something will be stored. For example, you can actually modify your string. Like so for example, now you want to, you can use operators and you can actually modify a is equal to a plus 10. Now print a. Now if you type a, you will get 20. Now same thing like you can use for strings also. Like you actually, for example, let's say sp is equal to some hello. Sp is equal to some hello. Now you want to like sp plus hi, hello, hi. So it actually printed hello, hi. For example, whenever you want to, whenever you concatenate any number with a string, it will give a display error. For example, say sp plus 2. See, it is giving an error that it can only concatenate string, not int to str. So this will be error displayed when we are using like this one. Now what is the next concept? We'll go to like uh, let's see what are the basic data types in C, like what are the basic things in C and what are the basic data types in C. For example, let's say for example the most basic data type in C is list. So for example, if you define how to define a list is very similar to array, but there will be some changes in it. For example, for defining a list, you should define like list is equal to, or you can take any variable and there is no problem. List is equal to square brackets. Inside square brackets, you should specify the values what you want. For example, let's say you want 1, comma 2, comma 3, and you are declared list. For example, you want to see what are the values in the list. Now, actually, you can see the value of the list. If you type, you want to see what is the type of it. Type of list. Now, it is type of the list. It is showing it is a list. So we are giving list is equal to 1, 2, 3. For example, 1, 2, 3, and actually when you see in arrays, for accessing an element, you'll write like a of 0 particular position with help of index. In the same thing you can do in list also. You can access through its indexes. So every index in the list will start from 0 to n. So for example, let's say you want to access a 0 index. You should specify the name of the list and in square bracket the index which you want to access. For example, say I want to access the zeroth index. I want to know what is the element or data which is present at zero index. So when I say list of zero, it is getting one. Actually, you can see here at zero index one is displaying. So in the same way, for example, if I want to access like a second index, it is displaying the value is equal to 3. And let's say for example you want to access a value which is not present in the list itself. For example, say I want to access an index of 5. It will give display an error like saying that list index is out of range. So you should always specify a value inside a square bracket which is always it should be like between the starting from 0 and between the n. It should not be more than the n which you declare. N is the length. For example, to find the length of the list here, you can give like length. There is a length function in Python. So Python is having mostly of functions. So you should actually functions and methods. You should remember that so that you can actually understand. Actually, length of list. So here it has displayed 3. So the length of list is given is 3. For example, not only integers we can display in the list. For example, take another list called list 1. Now list 1 is equal to, you can type string also. Let's say for example, let's type like C, Java, Python. We want to access elements in the list. For example, let's say we are studying Python, so we want to access Python. So list 1 of 2. Like this, we can access the element which is present in the list also. Now we can actually like declare a list inside a list. For example, we can declare a list inside a list. For example, there's a when you see for matrices, you can declare a single matrix, or there's a two-dimensional matrix or three-dimensional matrix. In the same way, you can declare list also. For example, say you want to declare a two list inside this one. Now list is equal to, for example, say you're declaring a list inside this. For example, in this list, you're actually 1, comma 2, comma 3. You're declaring another list. Let's say you want to declare like again C, Python, JavaScript. Let's say I could say error will become. The list indices must be integers or slices, but not tuple. It is showing, but it should not be a tuple. What is error? No, let's see. Actually, we should give a comma when you're separating here. We actually bring you a comma here, so actually it displayed an error like saying that it is a type error. So list indices must be in a integers or slices. So Python is not able to understand. Error is usually displayed whenever the code which you are writing, it is not understandable by a program. It is not understood by a computer. Then it will display an error. So you should always make sure that you write a code in such a way that your computer will understand. That is the most important thing you should understand here. So for example, let's say I want to access. For example, say I want a list of 0. If I do list of 0, the whole elements of this list is there is a present list. Inside list again two lists are there. Now when I'm telling list of 0, it is giving the first list. But whenever I want to access the element in the list, in the first list, for example, say list of 0 is your list of 0 indicates that it is the first list, and inside first list what are the element you want to access. Let's say for example I want to access element 1, and the element 1 is present at index 0. So you're getting 1. For example, say I want to access for example list of 1 will display the first index. Now I want to, in this first index I want to access an element Python. So Python is present at first index. So list of 1 and 1, actually it got displayed Python. So in this way you can use list. For example, say in the list you want to access the last element. For example, you're declaring a list like L is equal to 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5, comma 6, comma 7, 67. And for example, I want to access the last element which is present in the list. For that I can tell L of minus 1. This minus 1 here You'll access the last element which is present in the list. And the minus 2, with the help of minus 2, you can access the element which is present in the last second index of the list. And not only creating the list, but you can create a sublist also. For example, LU declared you want to access the elements from 1 to 4. Now, I want to access the elements from 1 to 4. 1 is present at 0th index, and colon you want to access up to 4, means I should mention like size is equal to, if I mention like size here 4, it will come up to 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. I want to, if I mention the size here 5, it will access the elements up to 4. Let's see, for example, see here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we never got 67. Actually the size of here is up to 5, but we are not able to access 67. It's because 0 to 5 indicates that it will only take the elements from 0 to 4. For example, let's say you want to access all the elements in the list, then like 0 colon type 6, you'll edit all the elements on lots of list L of 0 colon 6. Actually got all the elements which is present in the list here. So if you like L of colon, even this also will display all the elements which is present in the list. There's some basic concepts that you should learn before going to program anything. And actually you want, we can, whenever you want, for example, say you want to change the values which is present in the list. For example, let's say we print a list, a printed list. In this list, for example, like we'll take a normal list, like list 3 is equal to C, comma, don't think like I'm taking only the programming languages as the values in the list, because I'm studying the programming, so I'm taking this itself. Now create a list. Now let's say, for example, let's display the list 3. Now I want to change the C language to Python, because I don't like C language, so I want to change. Sorry, I don't like Java, because Java is very irritating, so I want to change the Java language first of all. So I want to change the Java language, means Java is present at index 2. When Java is present in the index 2, I want to change, means I should write like this: LSIT3 of 2 is equal to, what is the next language which I like is, like, let's say SQL. SQL is not a programming language, but is a very descriptive language. SQL is also called as a descriptive language because actually you describe the things in it. It's not more logically oriented. So actually it never gave any errors. For example, now let's display it. Actually you can see at the index 2 there is an SQL present now. So like this you can change the values which is present in the list, and actually you want to, like when you want to like, you can do concatenation of two lists also. For example, let's say L is equal to 1 comma 2 1 comma 2 comma 3, L2 is equal to 4 comma 5 comma 6. Now let's say L plus L2 L plus L2 displayed like 1 comma 2 comma 3 4 comma 5 comma 6. This is a concatenation. For example, you want to do replication means multiplying the list. So for example, say L into some 3. Actually you see that 1 2, the elements in the present in the L is 1 2 3. So it is into 3, means it will print the elements like 1 2 3 1 2 3, again 1 2 3. So this is called list concatenation and list replication. And coming to the next topic, like removing values from the list or deleting values from the list. For example, say I want to L is there, it contains 1 2 3 elements. For example, I want to delete the element 1, you can use delete and L of, if you know the index you can specify L of 0. So it now L, you can see here actually only 2 comma 3 has been displayed, and 1 is not been displayed here. So for example, let's say if you know the value of, if you know the value which is present at index itself, you can use delete. Otherwise you can remove operation also. So L dot remove, you can directly specify the element which one declared, not 2. Now in list only element 3 is present. Not only deleting elements from the list, you can actually add the elements in the list. For example, say I want to add an element like 10 to a list L. So I state L dot append, L dot append 10. Now what is, now if you print L, 3 comma 10 is present. Here the append will make sure that it will take an argument called working value. It will always add at the end of the list. Here always add at the end of the list. For example, let's say just a minute, there's some error. Let's again go back and come. Let's say for example L is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 and L dot append now 3. Now we print L. At last the value L is been added. At last the 3 element 3 is been added to the list. So append will always add the element at last. For example, so again let's say L dot append of 200. Now we print L. You can see the 200 also has been added at last. For example, say you want to insert at a particular position, then you can use the function called insert. L dot insert at for example, say you want to insert first you specify the argument like I want to insert at first position and the value what you want to insert. So 1 comma 34. If you display L at the first position the value 34 has been inserted, and again you want to insert at last. So for example L dot insert, you want to insert at position 4. It will take, here insert will take two arguments. Here the first argument will specify the index where you want to add an element, and the second argument is something what is element which you want to add. So now again it's like 4 comma 90. Just a minute. L dot insert 4 comma 90. Now we'll display L. So at the fourth position or the fourth index value 90 is being added. Now using loops, for example, say I want to use a for loop for the list. For example, let's say L is this one and the 134. I want to print all the elements in it. For loop, first of all, I'll discuss next chapter, next video, like how to use the loops in the Python. Let's say for example, normally for using for loop is write like for I in range of 0 comma length function of L. Here I indicates that the element values, I indicates that the indexes of the indexes of the list. If the I is in the range, if the telling for example I is in the range from 0 to length of L. For example, say here length of L will be like 1 2 3 4 5 6 8. Here length of L is 8 from 0 to 8. If the value of I is present in between 0 to 8, then I want to print the value of I. Let's say actually you can see it prints the value of I. It is only printing the value of I. It is printing from 0 to 7. For example, say I want to print the values which is present in the list for I in range of 0 comma length of L. At end of every for loop there should be a colon. These are like syntax. Print L of I. Here L of I indicates that, for example, let's say I value is 0. Here L of 0. L of 0 means here 0 is called index. So L of 0 means 1. So it will print the value 1. So it will, loop will be executed. Actually you see we got a list here 1 34 2 3 90 4 3 and 200. So like this you can use the list here, and actually then you can, for example, you want to find the elements which is present in the list. For example, say 1 in L. Here we got a true. Here true means here a boolean value. Boolean value means either 0 or 1 or true or false. Where 1 in L. Here in indicates that what is specifying is the 1 is present in the list or not. So actually when you see here the one is present in the list. So actually here true. For example, say I want 500 in L. It is false because 500 is not present in the list, so it is displaying error called false. For example, say 500 not in L. It is displaying true because not here indicates that not present. It is not there. So not 500 not in L. It is true because 500 is not present in the list. And you can also actually use multiple assignment trick. For example, say some cat is equal to something like fat, comma black, comma loud, comma loud. And actually, when you want to like say size equal to cat of 0, size equal to cat of 0, and actually then again size equal to cat of 0, and again color is equal to cat of 1, and again speaker like say display some s is equal to cat of 2. If you print all the variables here like size, comma color, comma s, here it is printing all the values, but it is like you're using again you should take like you're assigning norm every time you're assigning. But the easiest trick you can assign here is, for example, say cat is equal to this thing. Cat is equal to this thing. You can directly say size, comma color, comma s is equal to cat. Now, if I display this, for example, say size, comma color, comma name is equal to cat, and I want to display what is thing which is present in this. For example, size, it is displayed fact. Now color, there is spelling mistake. Actually, Google is very better. No, it will be very wrong spelling also. It will give answer to you. Now, actually, for example, say you assign a multiple likes which is not present in the list itself. For example, say size, comma kk is equal to c. It displays an error because the name c is not defined. For example, cat, right? Not c. Sorry, cat. Because too many values to unpack. It will give a value either guy too many values to unpack. It indicates that it is not present in the list. And one more important thing I want to tell you about the list is, for example, say list is equal to 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, 5. It is one list. Now, if you type ID of this list, you got an idea of the list. For example, say again like, for example, say again I am assigning a different value to this. Again L is equal to, again let's say for example take new variable like f is equal to L I assigned. Now, if I type ID of f, if you see here, the address of the both variable f and L both are same, because here list doesn't contain the values itself. List contains a reference number to that. For example, here list is present like 1235. This 1235 is present at this ID 2626966484. At this ID, the values of the list is present. So L is equal to ID, and when ID at that ID, the list value is present. So here list is a reference. For example, f is equal to L. You are not assigning the values to here. You are assigning the reference ID. So for example, say what if I change any values in the f. For example, say f of 0. F of 0 is here L of 0 is 1, and f of 0 also is 1 only. So for example, say f of 0 is equal to 23. If I print L, in L also the value at 0 is been changed, because it is referring to the same thing. So for example, this is called as like it is not copying the values, it is actually referencing. This is a main like drawback like of the list, or it is a very main concept that you should understand in the list. Now yeah, next video like we'll see some more again about dictionaries and everything. So actually these are like basic concepts. Now let's see for loops and list and everything in the next class. So everybody, thank you for watching the video.